Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So this is a bit of fun. I still thought of mine, by the way. I know, I'm spoiling you by playing games myself. I know, it seems odd, doesn't it? But yeah, it just seems so rare these days. So yeah, this is a fun one. I'm against Skaven, new Skaven with Empire. I haven't done this before. Yeah, my first time. So here, I do have Hammer of the Witches. I was a little worried that I'd just get sniped by Wartblock Giselles, but I kind of needed some artillery. I needed some, and they're pretty accurate. Hammer of the Witches just has so much utility. So my front line, I have Sigmar's sons and a load of swordsmen, and some spearmen, and some spearmen in the back. It's just cheap stuff. Cheap stuff, because I knew all the expense would be artillery, and swordsmen would do great against, you know, just clan rats, right? Also here you can see I have a Bright Wizard, so Burning Head, really useful, and also Cascading Fire Cloak for the extra melee defense, and Fireball for sniping out rats. So if they decide to bring Skrulk, for instance, just shoot him with fireballs, kill him quickly, don't let him use Lead Bubonicus or Rod of Corruption and be a nuisance. So, you know, nice there. Also, not bad against sort of other heroes. Plague Priest is still very common, even with Ikitclaw running around. So, nice to have some sniping ability there. Also here, I have 5 unit of Empire Knights. Yeah, just gone cheap as knights possible, just so I can swarm in as much as possible and give them as much stuff to worry about as possible, because that is always the problem if you have a lot of artillery. I'm sure you guys have noticed all this by now. There's some artillery. So, yeah, the more stuff you have, the harder it is to prioritize and keep things safe. So that's the plan. Just swarm him. And I think it was a good idea because you can see he has 4 Wartblock Giselles. That's a lot of Wartblock Giselles. Of course, he also has Doomflayers, which are also super powerful lately. But I've got stuff to bog them down. I just want to stop them. I just want to delay them. I don't care about killing them. They have quite crap leadership. So as long as I can just swarm and crush what's in here, then hopefully the Doomflayers will give up at the end. That's right, I've given up on trying to actually hurt Doomflayers. I'm just trying to maximise how quickly I can wipe out anything else that might keep their leadership high enough to stay in the fight. So here, what's kind of cool is a Warlord. Don't often see a Warlord. So he's on a, what's the Warlord called again? The Mount. The specific Bone Breaker, that's it, he's on a Bone Breaker. He's also got a Plague Priest for summoning more rats, and he's got a ton of just clan rats knocking around, along with some Skaven Slave Slingers, because they're cheap and you might as well. He's also got Assassins, so the Assassin is very handy indeed with the Assassin's Trophy. Does he even have that? I'm not sure he does. No, he's about the Assassin's Trophy. Yes, that's what I meant. No, there's the other thing, the Rival High Talisman, that's it. So yeah, the Assassin's Trophy, really good for debuffing Lords and Heroes. But yeah, I've got Voltmar the Grim, he regenerates, he's got some good utility there. Very, very nice. So, going to start charging in with everything, except I guess the Hammer of the Witches that you can see has already made a start killing some of the Wartblock Giselles. They're supposed to have 24, but now they only have 19. 17. So pretty great there, but I'm suffering a lot of damage back here. It's looking a bit grim. It's not looking great. It's not looking great. But I've got this nice thing here, this nice little hovel that I can hide my Bright Wizard behind. So I'm going to move him out a little bit because I want to get that Burning Skull here. And all that's going to do is force him to have to get the heck out of the way. And that's enough for me. Sadly, it is curving way down here, but still, it's forcing him to move. Banishment is going to block their retreat, which is rather nice. So there we go, nice juicy banishment. And Hammer of the Witch is still firing. Voltmar's just going to keep pushing through. The Bone Breaker is here with some mass, but he's chasing my cavalry right now, and I'm just going to give him the runaround. My other Empire Knights are charging straight into the middle, getting on the Wartblock Giselles. So I've got some great pressure here. Over here, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, I just charged straight into his Rat Ogres. Because I knew if he wasn't paying attention, the Empire Knights could probably kill the Rat Ogres if they got the charge off. But he did come over with the Doomflayers, and that support was enough to shatter my Empire Knights. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. But all those Wartblock Giselles are in a lot of turmoil. They're having to keep moving because I keep moving. And that's all you need to do, just keep moving. Blessed with Filth had been used over here. Plague Priest is in here as well. Empire Knights, I'm now going to start pushing away, knock these guys over, and my infantry can start pouring in, because so much of this stuff is broken. He is trying to summon more, though, which is a nuisance, and these Empire Knights start to move around. So over here, the Bone Breaker now having to try and catch up again. And here, I actually have quite a few units just bogged down on clan rats, but this stuff is starting to move around, so I need to get the Bright Wizard up and in here, where he's safer. That's right, get him in the thick of things, where it's safe. So here, Doomflayers are actually trying to deal with Voltmar. Wither has been used on him to lower his armour, very handy. And look at this, Doomflayers terrifying. Because they're surrounded, they're in a bit of a crap spot. They do break. and that's how you have to deal with them. You need to break them. Don't think about killing them, just think about swarming everything and getting them in a pretty terrible position. Terror is a very powerful weapon against them. I mean, look how quickly they're terrified. It's rather nice. So here, going to charge into the assassin, start to shoot at the warlord now. With the Hammer of the Witches. You probably saw a cannonball run in, and these Empire Knights are just going to charge the Warlock Jezzails off. I can't afford them to come back. They'll be able to shoot into this, do some work. Over here, my other Empire Knights charged in, deal with the Warlock Jezzails, and the Rat Ogres haven't been able to really counter them because the Spearmen are in here too. But here you can see the Doomflayers are having a fine time just killing infantry, which is a bit of a pain. My unbreakable units here, Sigmar's Sons, 14 left, keep those Clan Rats busy, and Voltmar is being chased down pretty hard. He's being chased down hard. But look at this, the Assassin really struggling. The Warlord taking some damage, and the Hammer of the Witches is firing in. I've still got some Spearmen back there, I didn't even realise. Anyway, so over here, using the Battle Prayer for the damage resistance, and I'm also using Cascading Fire Cloak to put up his melee attack. Melee defense to try and keep him in the fight for longer. So he's going to keep moving. The Warlord is chasing me down, but over here, this Plague Priest is getting pretty heavily bogged down, and I can keep pushing in. And here's a juicy fireball, doing a ton of damage to the Warlord. Rat Ogres getting charged from the back, trying to bog down Voltmar. More cannon fire coming in, getting some lovely work on that Warlord. And at that point, he decides to call it a day, because everything's bogged down. And his Lords and Heroes aren't going to be able to push through all the cav, and all my cav is so comfortable, Voltmar can just escape and regenerate, and the cannons can keep killing stuff. He'd run out of range. Oh yeah, also there's some cavalry over there, mopping up even more units. So everything was getting mopped up, is what I'm saying. He was running out of DPS. He's running out of DPS, and he was just left with his Warlord that would have been fireballed to death, or shot by the Hammer of the Witches, wouldn't have taken long, already about to break, and the Assassin and the Plague Priest never would have got purchase on anything, and the Doomflayers would have been left on their own at the end there. And yeah, they break pretty quickly, especially when Voltmar's in town. So yeah, worked out pretty well, I'd say. This is kind of the build I was scared of, if I'm honest. This is what I was thinking I'd be up against, and I was right. I was right. I mean, I was expecting maybe Ikiclaw rather than a Warlord, but still, I was expecting Doomflayers and Jezzails. Just every time we're going to see these, I think. And just cavalry rush, there's too many things for him to worry about. And yeah, just enough infantry that you can sort of match their front line. You know, you have enough units to match their front line, and that's all you really need. Then the cavalry can just worry about dealing with the Warlock Jezzails. There's nothing to really get in there and stop the Empire Knights doing their thing. Even if they're getting chased by Doomflayers that trade ridiculously cost effectively against them for some reason. You know, even them, you can just run off. Like, they're never going to outnumber me. Empire Knights are cheap. So, worked out pretty well. And luckily, I was able to keep the Hammer of the Witches safe. If you had the Regiment Renowned Warlock Jezzails, the Natty Buvo Sharpshooters, things might have been a bit worse for me, because I wouldn't have been able to shoot at them if they were shooting at me. But, yeah, seemed like things went alright. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy. This build, very simple, but seems to do the job against new Skaven stuff. So, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.